Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing great. Firstly, I would like to thank Ravi for calling me to give this talk on getting started with projects, and I would like to thank each one of you for coming here to listen to me. So first, I would like to tell you that even though I'm from ECE, I have some kind of close intimacy with EEE. You wanna know why? Because my girlfriend is from EEE. Okay, I was just joking. Don't take it serious. Don't tell anyone. Okay, getting back to the point, the terms and conditions for today are: you have given me the next 1 hour of your life, so I will give you everything I possibly can in the next 1 hour to help you get started with projects. Okay, and then what I expect in return is that you give your best. You stay focused, you listen to all the points that are being discussed, and I guarantee you that there will be many people who will walk out of this room today, go back to their room and do some amazing projects before they show me prototypes in a few weeks. So before everything, I would like to tell you something about myself. I'm generally not comfortable talking about myself, but I think it's important for me to tell you this, because I want to tell you that I'm not just a random guy coming and talking, but I did some kind of work in this field before. So I'm a final year ECE student. I run the YouTube channel The Motivated Engineer, which has 90 videos, 900 subscribers, and 25k views every month. I worked on more than 30 projects, published 2 papers, completed 12 online courses, and many video tutorials. Some of my video tutorials, such as MEX OpenCV and NS3, got published on their official websites. After my second year, I was an intern at IISc Bangalore, and at the end of my third year, I was an intern at RWTH Aachen in Germany. I worked with the MIT Media Lab at the RedXI boot camp at Hyderabad. We can talk about the details of this later, and for more information you can look at my personal website psurya.com. So let us start with the power of electronics. The smartphone that you carry in your pocket right now is 1,000,000 times cheaper, 1,000,000 times smaller, and 1,000 times more powerful than what used to be a $60 million, half a building sized supercomputer only at Stanford University. And now that has been brought down to a palm sized object that fits right into your pocket. And if you look at the communication technology, a small kid in Africa right now has access to better communication technology than what the US president had 25 years ago. So everything is going at a very fast rate. And I wouldn't be called crazy if I would say that in the next few years, maybe we'll have blood cell sized devices which go right into our body and monitor the biological processes inside us. And I wouldn't be called insane if I would say that maybe in the next few years we would have mind control devices where you can turn on and off the lights in your house by just using your mind, by just no movement. So why is starting now so important? Right now we have all the resources we need, and at the same time we are at the edge of a new revolution. We are so lucky to be a part of this generation. And that is because if you were here 4 years back, you wouldn't have open source microcontrollers such as Arduino. So Arduino is an open source prototyping platform which makes programming and microcontroller coding very easy, and it was recently invented. And right now we have so many resources to learn Arduino and programming that. So and at the same time we are at the edge of a new revolution. We are in this room right now. It's not smart. You have to go, you have to turn on your light, you have to turn off your light. But the good thing is that there are technologies to make the room smart. There are technologies to detect if there are people inside. There are technologies to control things in your house with your mobile, but they're not yet out in the market. So we have a huge scope of getting into market, starting something up, making a good product and serving a lot of people, and at the same time making a lot of money. So that's the reason why I say we are so lucky to be a part of this generation. And doing college level projects is very easy. It's just that we don't spend enough time. Let me tell you that once again because it's so important. Doing college level projects is very easy. It's just that we don't spend enough time. And I'll tell you what I mean now. The smart home automation project which we did was funded by the Lakshya Foundation, and we did that project for 9 whole months. But the serious work that we did was for 20 days. By serious work, what I mean is that if I put all my effort on this project, it's going to be over in just 20 days. But I spent 9 months because, there are a lot of other things to do. And infrared sensor to display distance in centimeters was my EEA lab final project. And the serious work I did for making that project is just 5 hours. It was a semester project, but it just takes very less time to do it. And then a set of people, me and my friends, thought we would do this thing called as the Electronics Week, where we spend all our free time on working on amazing projects. So if we have free time, we're not going to go out, but we're going to sit in the room and going to work on some cool electronics projects. So we all committed to it, we all worked on it seriously, and we completed 8 different projects in very less time, in just a week. And they're not small projects. They're like a glove that you can wear, and when you tap your finger it plays like a piano. So it's all cool, and you can see the videos on my YouTube channel. That's going to be cool. And next, this is a little apart from electronic. It's called YouTube Compare, which is a Windows application I made. It is a completely Windows deployable application. I made an .exe file so I can give it to anyone and anyone can use it. And the serious work I spent on it was just 12 hours. It's just 12 full hours and you're able to make an app and provide it to your customers. So that's how easy it is right now to make new things. Where did I start? I was sitting in the same chairs that you did. And I didn't know much at that time, but I had this determination that I have to do something, I have to learn something new and do something. I came back to my room, I worked hard, I searched online. Everything right now is just a click away from your finger. So I came back, I sat, I learned, and I was able to do a lot of things. So I guess you should get started right now. And the time required to do few projects is what I'm going to talk about now. Face detection in MATLAB, it just takes 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes if you're accustomed to MATLAB. All you need to do is run a command. It would be something like cv.faceDetect, and then you get a square around your face. If you want to detect eyes, just have the second parameter as eyes, and the eyes are detected. Just say nose is detected. Just say mouth, and the mouth is detected. So that's how easy it is to get face detection working. Of course, you don't understand the fundamentals of how it works, but if you want to do an application where you need face detection, but you don't want to spend all your energy on the face detection algorithm, but if you want to spend your energy on some other hardware part, so MATLAB is a good way to do it. And then you can turn servers using Arduino, and if you have basic idea, it's going to take only 10 minutes. And now a camera that keeps turning towards a human. Let's think about it. We have a camera and it has to turn towards a human. So we know that there is this MATLAB program which gives you squares around the people's faces. So we use that MATLAB program, and then we connect it to a servo motor, and we do some kind of processing with MATLAB, and we give corresponding commands to Arduino, and it has to turn accordingly. So it doesn't take much time. It's just 90 minutes and you can do this. We actually made this, and we call this the robotic head. You can have a look at it on my YouTube channel. And then building a wireless energy transfer circuit is also not so hard. I worked on one of these projects, and it's again on my YouTube channel. Make sure you check it out. And okay, let us build a humanoid robot right now. Well, okay, first we should decide on what we want a humanoid robot to do. Do we want it to walk? No. Walking would be slightly complicated. Let us, make it stand still and do something. Maybe it has to, maybe it has to move its hand and head depending on the music, something like that. Or okay, let's consider a more simple application. It has to shake hands when it sees people, that's all. So what you do is you use a webcam instead of its head. So what happens right now is that the webcam takes data, and whenever you see something, you can use this function on MATLAB to detect faces. And we want its arm, right? We can just use 2 servo motors very intelligently. Servo motors are motors that change from 0 to 180 degrees, and they're generally used for robotic arms because they're accurate. So you can use this servo motors to make the arm of the humanoid robot, and then you have to write a program on MATLAB such that its hand moves as if it's doing a shake hand. So that's how easy it is to do a humanoid robot. Next, let us talk about different fields in electronics. Okay, let me start with signal processing. Now if I talk at a volume like this, which is very less, and you have some kind of horn behind or a chorus honking, so you can't hear my voice, right? So what you can do with signal processing is take both of these signals and separate them out. The car horn is going to be at a different frequency, and what we speak is going to be at a different frequency. So what you have to do is filter that frequency out, so you have only this frequency left, and you can hear to my voice clearly with very less distortion. Okay, it's going to be very nice. So maybe you can try this out after you go back to your rooms. And you also have one of the most important applications of signal processing comes in ECG signal processing. ECG is measuring your heart rate, and depending on it you can detect your heartbeat and find out if it's working well. And I have a tutorial on ECG signal processing. You can check it out. It doesn't take much time. And then coming to image processing, as we know, face detection. Maybe you can take the CT scan of your brain and try to detect brain tumor. Or maybe you can take an X-ray as input and try to find if there is any broken bone. So that's what you do in image processing. And there are lots of electronics projects, home automation. So home automation is something like automate each and every appliance in your house using your smartphone. And then you can use intelligent sensors to detect people, use a fingerprint detection sensor, or you can actually make an automatic door. So you can build a circuit in your room, and when someone knocks the door, you can you can build the circuit such as the door opens, the lock opens, have a mechanical structure. So it's nice. I mean, you can build, whenever someone knocks your door, it automatically opens. It's so nice, and you should try working on this. It's going to be cool. And as you know, these are not out in the market yet, at least not at a very low cost. So this is something which you should be looking forward to. And then the most interesting thing, I'll tell you, you can build a phone before you leave campus. Seriously, I mean, it's not going to be a full-fledged working phone, but this is the basic idea. For a phone, you need a controller, a display, a battery, a keypad. Okay, a basic phone. So you can connect the display to your microcontroller, and you can there are programs such as you can control each and every pixel on your LCD, and then you use this keypad, take the input from keypad. So you say, if I get this input, display this. If I get another input, display this, something like that. So it's all the software that you should do, and you could actually build kind of a bad phone. Okay. So why is doing projects so important? Okay, tell me, what do you want to do in future? Job? Okay, if you want a job, you need to have good projects. What do you want to do? Masters? If you want to do masters, you need good projects. You want to start up? If you want to start up, you should have some basic idea of basic electronics that's involved while releasing your product. If you want to go into management, you need to understand this core electronics concepts and how easy it is to build these circuits. So anything you want to do, if you want to impress people, if you want to impress your girlfriend, build a nice circuit with electronics and she'll be impressed. And if you want to help people in the rural areas, build a circuit such that it helps them in their daily needs. And I'm going to give you 2 very effective tips to be more efficient at your work, and this is what I always follow, and I guess most of the people around the world who are great are really following this, and that's the reason why they get a lot of things done. Tip number 1 is do it now policy. So don't as far as possible, don't postpone things. If your friend comes to your room and says, well, I'm unable to solve this Sudoku puzzle, can you do something? Can we actually write a code, some kind of code to solve this? Then you should say, sounds interesting. I guess we should start working on this. Chalo, let's start. Let me take my laptop. Open your laptop, Google, search for it, and start working. So if you are going to be at that pace, you're going to get a lot of things done. You will get more things done in a week than what people get done in years. People at college, some of the colleges get only 1 or 2 projects done in an year. You can get 3 to 4 projects done in just 1 week. It's a very nice feeling. So do it now. And then make good friends. I was very lucky because I have a very good friend circle who are always helping me. I help them, they help me. When some of them have ideas, I start working with them. If I have ideas, they start working with me. So try to make good friends, and who are supportive and who are ready to work. And this is probably the most important advice that I'm going to give you today. The most important thing is that document all your work. Maybe blog, maybe YouTube, maybe both. You can do 40 projects. If you put them all on your resume, he'll say this guy is faking. But if you have 40 projects and you give YouTube links or blog links to each and every one of them, he's going to open each one of them and see, and he'll be impressed that you did all of this, and that will really help your career. So make sure you document properly, and maybe 10 years down the lane, it will be very nice to see all the projects that you have done. So the Motivated Engineers YouTube channel is, the link is here, youtube.com/Surya Penmatsa. So if you say, okay, I don't know anything, how do I start? Go check out my playlist on building electronic circuits. And I'm sure it's gonna help you get started, do some basic projects. It's gonna take you up to a level so that you can, start projects on your own. And then you can pick up and do many more projects. And I also have a latest video called Can We Become Invisible? And it is slightly, not related to electronics. It's an exploration on, can we really become invisible? If yes, how? And we talk about some optical illusions that can make you invisible and stuff. And if you like the videos, please subscribe, because that keeps me motivated. That makes me do more videos. And yeah, here are some of the most helpful links, and these links would be helpful for you right now if you're just getting started. Follow these links and you'll be good to go. If you start off with my videos to get basic idea of what electronics is, then you can go out to do some weekend projects by Make. Just look at those videos and try to replicate what they do and improve them somehow. And once you have a basic idea, you can make lots of projects on your own. And then check out the tutorials by MathWorks. Their videos are awesome. Okay, the official MathWorks is the company which made MATLAB, and their videos are awesome. So you have to check that out. And yeah, that's all. Thank you for being so patient.